What's up guys, my name is Timbo and today I am bringing you some brand new Anthem gameplay in 4K. Rip my razor blade. So right about now, Anthem's official pages on Twitter and YouTube should be releasing these videos with some developer commentary as well as answering your questions. So if you would like to check those out, I will link them down below. Now I know what you're thinking. Timbo, how did you even get this footage? So yes, I was given this by EA. They snuck in my DMs and sent me these Anthem nudes. With that being said though, I will disclose a few things that I've seen popping up on my Anthem Game Changer videos. Even though I was sent this by EA and BioWare, I am making this video out of my own choice and have complete creative freedom to do and say whatever I want with it. I obviously can't give out certain information that hasn't been revealed to the general public yet, but other than that, I have free reign. I'm not being paid, no one's telling me that I have to come out here and just gush about this game. If there's one thing I've learned from BioWare, it's that they take all criticism and suggestions about their game very seriously. So if there's some question or concern you have about the game, put it in the comments, tweet it at the developers. The footage you're seeing is the demo from E3, it's just the full thing, there's no edits. I don't want to waste any more time though, I'm going to start this over so you can listen to the cutscene, and then I will go off script for the first time in a long time, and probably be very awkward. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be super appreciated. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Now a second caravan's been hit.
Another one? Contract's getting fun now.
You have the strangest sense of fun.
You guys starting without me?
Freelancer, time to get to work. Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. Melted a couple of supply caravans.
Scar's taking down whole caravans. Damn.
I know. Should make this a challenge, huh?
I like a challenge.
Who gets Cypher duty?
The chair's all yours.
Yes! So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down. Piece of cake, right?
You know, the more times I watch this demo, and the more times this guy says piece of cake and then laughs, I feel like he's laughing at me because I have tried to record this like so many times. I told you that this uncut, non-scripted Timbo is an awful idea and it is proving to be that. But you know, we're gonna keep trying, even though I'm so awkward. One thing I want to point out right away is that your character actually talks in Anthem in the cutscenes and stuff like that, which is something I personally appreciate. And what you're seeing here is your player inside of what's known as a Strider. Now, a Strider is pretty similar to Fort Tarsus. Fort Tarsus is being like the main base or hub of the game, and this is kind of like an alternate one that is within the world itself, at least to my understanding. We're just sitting here matchmaking now. How was your day? 4th of July, that was it's over in like 13 minutes. Mine was pretty awful, I'm not gonna lie. It was thunderstorming, I couldn't go see fireworks, I couldn't do anything. There are people outside still shooting off fireworks at this hour. So if any of them get hurt in this gameplay, I'm gonna be very upset. So from this point forward, it should start looking a little bit familiar. One thing that you might not be aware of is that within the E3 trailer, it did switch perspectives a lot between the different characters, between the ranger you're seeing on the right of the screen that just waved. Wow, that was like so perfectly timed. And then the other Colossus, there's even a storm in here and stuff like that. This gameplay demo is strictly from this one camera perspective. One of the things that they wanted to stress about having two Colossuses, or Colossi, you know, however you speak English, is that you can play it in a lot of different ways. So the Colossus you're seeing on screen right here is going to be played differently than the other one. This is going to be a much more militaristic type of Colossus that's using mortars and grenades and stuff like that. The other one is going to be using much more close quarter combat, like flamethrowers and stuff like that. One of the things you're seeing on the screen now is the main enemy faction within Anthem, known as the Scars. To my understanding, the Scars are going after this power known as the Anthem of Creation. That was left behind by what's known as the Shapers, which are the gods of Anthem. The gods left basically the world as they were creating it. So the world is constantly evolving. It is constantly transforming and creating itself. That's why you see all those weird animals. That's why you see these weird storms fly in. That's all explained within the story, within the lore, and the Scars are constantly fighting you, the freelancers, to claim that power and kind of take over the universe. So what we have to do is we have to explode their faces, basically.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly. There is acid here, but not much. They've got to be making it farther in.
Right. Checking out the Scar Camp some more.
And then the thing that they're going to be showing off right here is how you can kind of join missions, or not kind of, you can actually join missions right in the middle of them. So you're going to see a storm spawn in right now. And the storm, if you're unaware of, is basically your mystical, magical, warlocky type class. It's going to have lower damage, but it's going to be able to do a lot of cool abilities and that types of stuff.
This acid gunk leading down. Follow it. We should find the source. Hang on, something isn't right.
And just to slightly recap, the Ranger, which is also on the screen, is going to be flying in front of you right here as your all-around class, and the Colossus that you're seeing here is more of your tank. So obviously the Colossus is not going to be as fast as the Ranger, or as fast as the Storm, or as fast as, especially not as fast as the Interceptor, which you're not even going to see anything of here. But he's going to be able to do a lot more of that damage. So what you're seeing here as we're going to pop into a loading screen, I'm pretty sure, is that the squad you're seeing in this gameplay is discovering a underground base or a stronghold of the Scars. One of the things that they want to stress a lot in Anthem is the verticality. So you can go way up high and you can go way down low into the waters, into the caves and the caverns and all those types of cool stuff. They really want to make you feel like a superhero. They're standing there to show off the particle effects. That's probably why, because the particle effects are freaking awesome in this game, let's be honest. There is one really cool tidbit of information that has to do with like the code of the game and how high you can fly and how it fits into the lore. I don't think I can talk about that, but it's pretty cool. Verticality is a big part of this game. They really want you to feel like you're a superhero flying through the sky and doing all that sorts of stuff. Now what you're seeing right here is a ability done by the Storm, and then you see the combos popping up on the screen. That's a big part of Anthem, and that's something that I really like, because while you have two Colossuses in this mission, team play is still very important, or at least it seems to be, because of the combos and that types of stuff. So what you can do is, like for example, you're going to see later in this gameplay, the Ranger has a frost grenade. It's going to freeze the enemies. The Colossus is going to use his big mortar, and it's going to do combo damage off of them. And so in that way you can really work together, you can time your abilities and coordinate them with each other, and then you can create more damage, or, you know, maybe give each other health, or do all these other types of things. At least that's what I'm hoping for, because I remember those old Destiny days where it's like, not that it's like Crota need Galahorn types of stuff, but like having an importance behind having weapons of light, or a Titan, or you know, just having those certain classes, like, oh, we need a tether here, we need this, and really coordinate that stuff. Like, that's what I really like out of these games, and it seems like Anthem is going in that direction while still allowing you to pick and play like which Javelin that you want, which I think is really important. They're really allowing you to customize the different types of Javelins while you're still playing the same one. And you can also just choose between each one whenever you want to go out, which is, there's a lot of options, is what I'm saying, and that's what I like. I like options. I like options. So what you're seeing right here is they're collecting these echoes, and they're bringing them back to this very volatile relic. This is something that is just kind of like an objective thing, you know. I think of those Destiny days where it's like defend the whatever. I don't think it's that to that extent. I don't know how much it's going to be put into the gameplay, but it's one of those little mechanic things that is in all these games like this. You're picking up, you just walk over them and then bring them to the thing. It's not concerning to me, but at the same time, I really do hope that Anthem has like strong mechanics, and it's not just take this thing and move it here, you know. And I think you just saw another combo that was really cool right there. There it goes. But generally speaking, you're gonna have these world events, like you saw that Titan earlier, and other types of stuff in Anthem that you can do, and it's in that way that they're trying to make the experience a sort of different thing each time. How well that's actually going to be able to pull it off, that made no sense. I totally messed up that sentence. How well they're going to be able to pull that off is unknown.
Silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position.
And I'm sure you've heard a lot from Owen. Owen is kind of like your companion. He's going to be talking you through the missions, or at least the ones that I've seen, and basically telling you what to do. He's your Dinklebot, basically.
The Scars were using those eggs for something, making acid probably.
So the job's not done until we get rid of all the eggs.
On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay.
But instead of just having awkward silence, your character actually talks back to him, which is a nice notable mention, rather than staring there like an idiot as the camera is literally showing your face. And so this gets into different types of enemies within Anthem. You see these real, just kind of disgusting looking insect creatures. And so this creates a very different feel from the Scars, obviously. And that's one of the things that I know that they want to do. Because while Anthem is one giant map, I was not expecting that. While Anthem is one giant map, it tries to be varied, and it fits within the lore, it fits within the game, to try to make it that way, with the Shapers and the gods leaving, and how the world's always changing, and blah blah blah. There's all these different types of environments. Obviously I have not seen all of them, but that is supposedly what the goal is, And this is your first glimpse of what that would look like, this sort of infect hive looking area here. I think right here you get a good look at the flamethrower combined with a different Colossus using a grenade launcher. There's a lot of faces to be killed in this game. 10 out of 10. You guys know I like shooting plebs in the face. And I don't even know what to say. There's other things I'm thinking about talking about, but I've said it in other videos, and I'm like, I don't even know.
What is that?
You're supposed to tell me.
Right. Just be careful.
Oh my god, guys, we've woken the hive! I'm such a nerd. I hate. So right there you saw this thing called a rune that has been discovered. It's pretty interesting. You walk up to it and press X. I'm just joking. So like within the world of Anthem, there's gonna be a lot of things scattered around. Some of them are gonna be these runes. Some of them are going to be pieces of lore. Some of them are going to be materials, or I don't even know if like items like skins or things like that you can just up and find, which is really cool. That just like there's a whole exploration element to the game, opposed from, you know, shooting and looting, which is what you're going to be seeing. You're going to be doing that a lot, but it's nice to have both for sure.
That's big. Very. Good luck.
One thing I want to point out before I start talking about the Swarm Tyrant and that types of stuff is how big the damage numbers are. That was one thing that I didn't like, and I knew other people didn't really like. Obviously in a game like this you want the UI to be very responsive and you want it to be very informative, but at the same time I feel like if it's a little bit intrusive and gets in the way, especially of your nice 4K Frostbite engine graphics, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It can be a little much, and I think that can be toned down a little bit because I feel like it takes away from the experience and how cool this game looks. I mean, you got this thing being set on fire, you have just all these awesome abilities coming in. Like I don't even know what the frick is happening. Like I am so locked in right now. I know for a fact that the Swarm Tyrant and these like insect things in general are very aggressive, and they also have these sort of long range attacks which I think you've kind of seen before, as it shoots these webs out and kind of sticks you. And you just saw right there, it has these 3 weak points on its back. You shoot it, you get a yellow number instead of a white one. You feel really good about yourself. You shoot that thing enough times and it pops like a giant zit. So that's always fun. Then it crawls away because it's scared of your big guns. That's not it. So it sends in all its little minions, but you say, I got these big guns, I gotta shoot them at something, so. And, you know, I remember like playing with the Colossus and being like, I don't ever really want to play with the Colossus. You know, I play way too fast and up in the air, but like some of these attacks just look so like boom. Oh, I just love these explosions. You guys know I love the explosions, so that's what I'm saying. And I told you guys, this is not me playing, but this is, you know, this is what it would look like if I was playing. When you're just getting trapped like that. I know what you're thinking. No, I did not just take the controller from the developer's hand at that moment, even though it looked as that way. But that's what it would look. That's a pretty accurate representation of what it looked like if I was playing this game. And I think it's about to end here with this ultimate ability. I don't think they quite show you killing the big spider. Ooh. Nice. Guys, can we get some claps for that beautiful demo? Now can we get some claps for me for not being so awkward? Actually being like completely awkward and being so weird in this, this whole thing. I really need a script.